Thinking is not the mind, meaning not the whole mind at work, and it is important to comprehend this cognitive reality. A good definition for thinking would be: thinking is the psychological activity of managing the mind structures and components, to perform problem solving, to administer emotions, decision making, analysis of and relationship with thoughts, construct of ideas, and obviously memories. Thinking, however, can nevertheless be a broken operation of the mind, and it's salient to take into consideration that thinking is also and always conditioned. This is why there is a difference between thinking and refined thinking. Refined thinking refers to the kind of thinking that also cares about the serious analysis of personal conditioning and influences and conducts such as analysis without their interference of conditioned thoughts and ideas indeed. A major bias about what's known as metacognition, for instance, the belief that metacognition is thinking about thinking. That is a partially true claim, but it's too simplistic. As well, thinking about thinking is definitely not a psychological operation that allows us to come out with some tangible betterment and some in-depth comprehension of our own personal biases, discrepancies, contradictions, logical fallacies, and cognitive inattention. Thinking about thinking indeed fails to analyze who is the subject, the thinking agent, the very thinker that performs that act of thinking about his or her own thinking. What is also important to take into account indeed is that what we call mind is a cognitive environment that does not necessarily prioritize the act of thinking, and usually it does prioritize even less the act of thinking accurately. Human problems such as superficial thinking or ideological thinking or too intellectual thinking or thinking through beliefs and epistemically accepted fields, or even more or less severe mental disorders, which these days are on the rise, are indeed problems in logic and reason and life, because such forms of thinking can be basically categorized as actual non-thinking. Since any kind of thinking conditioned by superficiality or ideology is not really to be considered operational thinking and definitely not proper thinking, but more like mere construct of thoughts processes operating in our malfunctioning psychology.